ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? We back. It's some Monday, and we back. Yeah. Water cooler talk. Back around the water cooler, ladies and gentlemen. We thank y'all. We're breaking down Auburn schedule tonight. We talking Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what it is. Let's go.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Water Cooler Talks, covering everything you love about college football, especially everything going down in the SEC Conference. So, if you love college football, you need to lock in. And now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Yo, what's up, everybody, man? We appreciate y'all so much for joining us around the water cooler on this Monday.
Yes.
May 19th in the year of our Lord 2025, man. We thank y'all so much for continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler, man. And as always, before we get started, man, make sure y'all follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk podcast. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. On Twitter, follow us at CoolersPod23. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live, man. We appreciate it, man. Marcus, how you feeling today, my guy?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Can't complain.
Indeed, man.
Brand new week. It's a busy week.
Okay.
It's gonna be a busy week. Programming note. There will be no show Tuesday and Thursday of this week. No show Tuesday and Thursday this week. We'll just be going live Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. No show Tuesday or Thursday. Busy week, man. Busy week coming up, man. And we appreciate y'all so much, man. Marcus, everything in your neck of the woods is naked in of the woods.
I would guess.
I feel you on that, man. We appreciate y'all so much for always rocking with us, man. We appreciate y'all as always continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler, man. My guy Get Musty.
Oh,
what up, Get Musty? Get Musty said we beating the pizza sauce out of UK and Calzone, which he's talking about Calzada. Is what he's talking about. Zach Calzada, who's their quarterback. We beating the pizza sauce out of him. That's what he said, man. Auburn Dad said, War Eagle, let's go. Shout out to Auburn Dad for always rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. He said we going to eat calzone and Kentucky Fried Wildcat for dinner. Boy. Boy, y'all excited about the Kentucky game, huh? Y'all excited about it. This is interesting, man. Auburn Dad, Get Musty said Auburn Dad stomping out Zach and the Colonel with his 11 secret herbs and spices and giblets. But y'all funny, man. Y'all hilarious. Y'all are hilarious, man. Tim, shout out to my guy Tim. Man, Taylor, man, says stuffing the whole team in a chicken bucket. Laugh out loud. What's good, Auburn Dad? What the references?
References. It's killing me.
References are hilarious, man. These are some funny references, man. I like it. The Colonel, the calzone, the pizza sauce. This is good. Keep them coming. His Royal Highness has entered the chat. King Richard, he's saying War Eagle to everybody. What's up, King Richard? How you feeling, man? I hope you're feeling all right, my guy. I hope all is going good.
So Hugster.
The Huggy Beard himself is watching us right now. He is watching us and shouting in with us. He said, I'm super fly, so fresh than the rest. Can't deny my swag. I got it in a bag. That's the Huggy Beard right there, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Huggy Beard for continuing to jump in and rock with us here, man. We're trying to get through all of these before we get into the show, man. He said, Nick, what event was that? Where Eugene gave y'all the clip? Reese's University was on the shirt. Yeah, that was the Reese Senior Bowl. We got credentialed for the Senior Bowl. We had the opportunity to get access to all the players in the Senior Bowl. So got a chance to do an interview with him. Got a chance to talk with him. We actually got a chance. If you go back on our channel, back up around end of January, beginning of February, you'll see a bunch of interviews from the Senior Bowl. We got interviews with Jarquez Hunter. Got interviews with Eugene Asante. Got interviews with Jalen McLeod. Got interviews with Aeneas Peebles, defensive tackle from Virginia Tech. Got interview with Carson Vincent. I don't know if that one's up on YouTube, but we got an interview with Carson Vincent, who was the offensive tackle from Alabama. Yep. We got to sit down with Andy Staples from On 3. So you can go check out that interview. We did an interview with Andy Staples from On 3. That is on the channel as well. Who else did we talk to? We talked to a couple of people down there when we was in Mobile for the Senior Bowl.
You got a hug from Hugh Freeze?
Yeah. Got a picture. Yeah, got the picture and everything with Hugh Freeze. Got a chance to talk to Hugh Freeze. Got a chance to talk to Coach Derek Nix. Got a chance to talk to T. Will from Arkansas. Got a chance to talk to him, Auburn legend. Also had the chance to there's so many people, man. Got a chance to see a lot of people down there as well. Trying to figure out who else we talk to as well. Man, that was a great week. That was a really good week. Senior Bowl. Hopefully we'll be back there again this year. Hopefully. And we'll see what happens there, man. But yeah, man, go check out that content that we did for the senior. Oh, we did an interview with Donovan Edwards, the running back from Michigan. Did an interview with him, and we did an interview with Ollie Gordon, the second, who's running back from Oklahoma State. Got one with him as well. So yeah, go check all that content out, man. That's from the Senior Bowl, man. But that Reese's University is from the Reese's Senior Bowl, man. That's what that was from. Shout out. I got to get with Tez and lay this rhyme down. Yeah, get with Tez, man. You got to get with Tez. Tez waiting on you. He waiting on you, man. That's what he doing. He is waiting on you, bro.
God.
Well, too, sir. Nick, prediction. We are sitting at 3-1. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Are y'all still in Atmore? Are y'all still in Atmore? King? Are y'all still in Atmore for the softball tournament?
Baseball? I mean softball?
Yeah. Are they still there? That's what I want to know.
Okay. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, Huggy ain't feeling all the borderline chicken. It's all right, Huggy. We'll be good. So this past weekend, my girls went 2-1-1. The only loss was in the semifinals. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Let's go.
I'm talking about. Great job. Everybody saying what's up to everybody. We appreciate y'all so much. Look who in the building, Ed Darby, Mr. 21. Can you do something for me in the building? He said, take the microphone away from Hugh Freeze immediately.
I agree.
I'm guessing y'all talking about the comments that were made during the next round. I'm guessing that's what everybody's talking about. I'm just be real with you. I think people took the comments out. I think they took it out of context. I think they took the comments out of context. I think they did. I'm at the side with Hugh Freeze. I'm gonna have to be on the Hugh Freeze side, but I think they took it out of context. I mean, I don't know. You can see it. You can see it any different type of way. And what then you can see it any other way and things and stuff of that nature. But I feel like
I don't know what he said, Nick. Go ahead and tell everybody.
No, he basically just said Auburn should be able to get to a bowl game, which basically means if you break it down to the simplest form, Auburn should just be able to win 6 games. So basically, that's what he's saying. Auburn should just be able to win. Is how it was taken, but you got to go back and watch the whole interview and actually see what was said in the interview and see what it is. But the way it was cut up as if he was trying to say we just need to win a bowl game. That's what it was. We just need to get bowl eligible. That's what it sounded like. But
I hear reports about a successor plan.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Brad. What up, Brad? How you feeling, my guy? Hope all is good with you, man. Ed, if I listen to a whole conversation, he didn't say the bowl game was the goal. It was the floor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, we see the whole thing, man. Yeah, I would have to give him. I have to give him some grace on that one. I have to give him some grace on that one. No doubt, Ed. He thinks just making a bowl game would be okay. Man, he better make it to a New Year's bowl game. Really? Yeah, okay. I'm guessing everybody's having a problem with the wording of it. I'm guessing is what everybody having a problem with, the wording part. In that case, I understand, but I'm just saying it's just
Hugh Freeze can't talk.
Yeah, he can. He talking just like you and me. What you mean he can't talk?
I'm just saying, word ain't right. He just said the wrong things. That's why Ed Darby wanted him to take the mic. He can't talk.
All right, man. Definitely don't know what people want from Hugh Freeze. If he said anything different, people would be saying coach speak. Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true, Brad.
It's true too. Yeah. I did hear he said that he would not be satisfied unless we were in the college football playoff talks. Yeah. In the conversation, like there's no reason why Auburn should not be in the conversation going into November as a college football playoff team. Just being real, just with the talent on this team, just with the way the roster set up. There's no way. No way.
But going back to that, Nick, I have to agree with you. After listening to what he said, I think people taking it out of context.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Right, with the way that it was presented, it makes sense why people feel that way.
Yeah.
But when you actually watch the whole thing, you just be like, oh, okay, all right, okay, I get it. I get what he's saying. All right, man, let's get into this Kentucky breakdown. We don't want to keep y'all too long tonight. Programming note: no show Tuesday, no show Thursday of this week, no show Tuesday, no show Thursday of this week. We'll just be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday of this week. Busy week coming up for my guy. Busy week coming up for me, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we'll do, man. I got Kendall. You saw him on here with us last week. Shout out to Kendall, man. What's good? I'm like,
what's up?
Man? Hope you're feeling good. Said good to hear, Auburn dad. Good to hear. Yes. All right, let's get into it, man. Kentucky, man. Apologize, I don't have my graphics today. Was really busy, bro. Really busy day, bro. So I don't have my graphics for y'all today. So we're just gonna talk this one out, man. Kentucky, man. Everybody knows head coach at Kentucky is Mark Stoops. This is game number 9 for Auburn. This is actually going to be the military appreciation game for Auburn. Be at Jordan Hare Stadium. Last year, if you all remember, man, Kentucky actually got a 10-0 lead against Auburn last year in that game in the first quarter. And then after that, they didn't score any more for the rest of the game. Going into halftime, it was a 10-10 game. And then Auburn put up 2 more touchdowns in the rest of the game to make that a 24-10 game. But looking at Kentucky, man, I think Kentucky is going to be improved this year. But let's get into it, man. On the offensive side, well, let's start with the head coach, Mark Stoops. Everybody knows Mark Stoops is the guy. Mark Stoops is the guy, is the head coach at Kentucky. But we know about the head guys. Let's talk about the guys that we don't really hear much about. That's not big names there. So let's get to the offensive side of the ball. Offensive coordinator, Bush Hamdan. I hope I'm saying his name right. Hamdan is his name. He was at Boise State before he got to Kentucky. He did a stint in the NFL as well, too, if I'm not mistaken. What can we expect from a Bush Hamdan offense? Well, as he describes it, it's a pro-style offense with a college twist, is what he calls it. So basically, one of the things I was watching something about this offense, and one of the things that Coach Stoops said and something that Bush Harmon said was that in college, tempo is important. So you may see them try to be very in their tempo. They may try to speed it up. They may try to slow it down, but tempo is important in college. But the basis of the offense he wants to implement is going to be a pro-style offense. So you think of a pro-style offense, you think of under the center, you can think of shotgun, you can think of 11 personnel, you can think of 12 personnel. But one thing that you're going to see this offense do as well is they're going to use multiple tight ends as well on this offense for Kentucky. Reason being, this year, offensive line for Kentucky is revamped. It's a complete new offensive line, so that's a big question mark for them. So you may see them use multiple tight ends to keep in to help block the rushers that are coming in on the defensive side of the ball from any team on the defensive side of the ball, just as added protection. And so normally when you bring in extra guys to block, that leaves less people that actually can go out for a pass, because you're not going to send if you're bringing in two tight ends in the set, you're more than likely going to send one out for a pass. You're going to send out you're going to send out both receivers, and then possibly you'll send out a running back if you're not keeping them in to help block. But it seems as if the offensive line is a potential weakness on the offensive side of the ball, or it's just a question.
People.
or just a question mark? Say it again.
I said they lost 29 people to the transfer portal.
That was a lot of guys. They also got a bunch of guys to come in as well too.
They
In the
got like
transfer
24.
portal.
They got like 24 people.
They had some guys come into the transfer portal as well. So I mean, if you look at the net, it'll be roughly about 5 or 6 people that they lost. If you look at it net wise. One thing about this offense that's very, 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 very prevalent, and something that Mark Stoops says he wants to get back to, is running the ball. And you saw them try to do that towards the end of the season last year. With the offense, they tried to lean on the running back, and they were successful because one thing that Mark Stoops said was that Kentucky was at their best in years before. When they were running the ball, because he said even when the people in the stadium knew they were going to run the ball, and they still ran the ball and they were still successful. That's what he said. So he wants to get back to that style of offense, being able to run the ball. And when you think about what Bush Hammond wants to do with this pro style offense, that's a lot. I mean, that feeds into a lot of gap scheme blocking, maybe some zone blocking in there. You'll probably see some wham blocks on there. Wham blocks is when you have down blocks, and then you have the tight end comes back across the formation and kicks out the end man on the line, which is normally the defensive end or outside linebacker, whoever's on the end of the line. And it just creates a hole for the running back to run through. So you have that going on there. And it also involves play actions as well, too. So you look at what this offense potentially can be, with them having with Calzada, who's going to be in, with Kendrick Law, who's going to be there, transfer from Alabama, JJ Hester, transfer from Oklahoma, 6'5" guy who's going to be out there catching passes as well. I'm not saying Kentucky's going to be a team that you need to be scared of, but it's somebody that you potentially look at and just be like, this is interesting. It's interesting to see, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think Kentucky is somebody that we need to fear on the offensive side of the ball, but it is somebody that you need to just, take a peek at and just be like, all right, it is what it is. Your thoughts on that, Marcus?
I actually agree with that. I think last year we didn't see a focused Mark Stoops. This year we will. I think he comes back motivated. But also I think their schedule is brutal. So the totality of their schedule, I think, is gonna take a toll on them.
Good point.
I think with him coming back motivated, though, I think you can scrap what you've seen from them last year, and this is gonna be a total different team.
Yeah, the reason why I feel like Kentucky did, I'm not gonna say horrible. Yeah, let's just say it. They did horrible last year. Two reasons why. One, I feel like Mark Stoops felt like he wasn't gonna be there for the 2024 season. He had his eyes set on Texas A&M. Everybody knows the story. And then they lost their offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen, in the spring of 2024, and they hired Bush Hammond last year in the spring. So installing a new style of offense with Brock Vandagriff, who's a new quarterback, with Dane Key, who was their primary receiver, and trying to lean on a defense with the Maxwell Harrison, who went in the first round, by the way, in this past year NFL draft. It just didn't set up well. There was a lot of things that just did not mesh well with Kentucky last year. But now, to this point, now you got the defensive coordinator who's been there since 2019, who's been in DC since 2019. This is Hammond's second year going in as the OC. Mark Stoops is fully focused on this job at Kentucky now and revamping that defense and making the defense the strength of the team. I wholeheartedly feel like Kentucky could be formidable. But should we be worried about them?
No, I think that's still bottom tier, but I think they'll show flashes. I think they still got time.
Yeah, I agree with you.
A lot of flashes from Kentucky this year.
I agree with you on that one. Let's take a look at some of the comments before we move on, man. Auburn that said, man. So also we should have then back out could have won 4 more games. Okay. Brad Brown said Let's see what Brad Browner said. Brad Browner said he was really saying, well, we can do what we did last year, or we are looking for jobs. Yeah, okay, you're talking about Hugh Freeze. I got you. I get what you're saying. I think every kid does. Huggy, yeah, man. Shout out, man. Shout out to the legend of Sweet Sugarbat Williams.
Huggy.
Always giving us something, man. We going to be eating calzones and Kentucky Fried Cat. Boy, y'all in these references, boy. I like it, bro. I like it, man. I like it. He said, "Yep, we happy King and Huggy." That's what I'm talking about, man. Everybody, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all make the show, man. Y'all made the show. Shout out to Kendo saying what's up to Huggy. Everybody saying what's up to Brad. Huggy Beard said King, yeah, righteously he knows exactly how smart he is. So straight A's don't really fire him up. It's like he already understands. If Daddy ain't on my case, I'm golden. That's what I'm talking about. So somebody got all A's. Golden. Did I miss that? Did somebody get all A's? Okay, it is. He said he's been having A's all year. Then he started high stepping the last 15 yards happens every year. That's what's up there. Shout out to Lil, man. Getting all A's. That's what I'm talking about, bro. It's gonna be a good summer for you, my guy. It's gonna be a good summer, man. That's what's up.
I like that.
The Dion doing the primetime shuffle in this thing. Cambridge said, "Would this be a run-heavy Kentucky team or more balanced?" Based on what I've read, I feel like this is probably going to be if I had to, it's going to be a run-heavy team, but it's going to look similar to probably those early Alabama offenses. If you ask me, very play action style. We're gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the ball. Then we're gonna run the ball some more, and then we're gonna run the ball some more, and then we're gonna take the top off with our receivers. We're gonna play action. You take the top off with the receivers. But what's the difference is gonna be is I feel like they're gonna try to speed it up as much as they possibly can.
Yeah,
in the game is what I feel like they're gonna do. I feel that's what I think. I think you look for a team that's gonna run the ball a lot, and then they're gonna play action and try to take the top off. But the speed of how they do it is gonna be the difference. Is in how they do it.
I think you got to look at the yards gain. Like first down, if they get their yards what they want, like the 2 to 3 yards on first down, it's gonna be pace.
Yeah, but they gotta be playing ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, if they playing behind the stick, that's when you're gonna start seeing them pass a whole lot.
Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, if they down a lot, but I still think if they only down by like 7, maybe even 10, they still gonna try to run the ball. I just feel like just based off of what I've heard and what I've read and seen so far, they're gonna be trying to run this ball, bro. They're gonna be trying to run the ball. You know what it is. Auburn dad said Stoop was all out the door. He surely was. Stoop was ready to dip. Stoop was ready to go. He was ready to go. Like I clearly remember that he gave an interview at the last home game for Kentucky, and they asked him a question. He was like, "I don't know. We'll see what happens." That man was ready to. That man was ready to leave. Next thing you know, they pulled a contract in Texas A&M. It went with Mike Elko. Boy, I tell you, Big Ken, you know Huggy do. You know how Huggy do, just blowing something and staying flying in most.
Hey, that's a school line, Huggy.
Then most.
Hey, chill out, Huggy. See ya, Huckster.
The Huck. No, it's Rooster Mac. That's what it is. It's Rooster. He's Rooster Mac. Huggy's Rooster Mac now.
Okay.
As Huggy. Huggy, that's what's up, man. He doesn't need to get comfortable. I bet he like my KK needs to always have a challenge or they get bored. Yeah, man. What the Bible say? Idle mind is a devil's playground or something like that. I hope I'm saying that right. My son got all A's and B's and passed ninth grade, even with missing half of school year due to his transplant. I'm amazed at all these young minds. Yeah, the young minds. Good job. Look at all these scholars. All these scholars.
Listen, man. Shout out.
Kendall said Kentucky is his sleeper game. You know what he did say that when he came on the show. He said Kentucky
he did say that.
He did say that, man. Hey, y'all, shout out to Sharp Shooters Podcast, man. And congratulations to Sharp over Sharp and the Sharp Shooters Podcast. They hit 800 subscribers. 800 subscribers. They hit it over there, man. Shout out to them, man. Make sure y'all go over there and y'all subscribe over the Sharp Shooters Podcast, man. As always. One love till I got, man. One love till I got be sharp, man. War Eagle search. Auburn has said, Marcus, this year it's the time for Auburn to put the fear back in playing in Jordan Hare Stadium. How you feel about that?
Most definitely. Because right now, he basically saying it, man. Like it's time for them to win. It's no excuse this year.
Mm-hmm.
It is no excuse, and he's saying he's not giving himself no excuse. He at least expected to produce a bowl game for Auburn this year.
All right, we gonna see.
Even though us as Auburn fans, we ain't saying that. That's not saying a lot, I guess. But I guess it's the context of what we got to listen to how he's saying it.
We gonna see.
Yeah,
Stephen Allen said War Eagle. Shout out to Stephen Allen, man. Hope you feeling all right, man. Brad Brown has said, man, Huggy. He just said that we have to make it to a bowl game this year. People heard only a bowl game and things got blown out of proportion. Very true.
You see?
Keyword said, so basically Calzone Calzone to a game manager. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's exactly what's about to happen. He about to be like a game manager type guy. They're not gonna try to put it in his. He's not gonna be the reason why they lose or win games. It's gonna be on the running game, if you ask me. Yeah, Rooster Matt with the cock of the walk. You heard me. And we learned what that was yesterday. The cock of the walk. Still have nightmares of Pavia. Nah, I think we all right. Congrats, Sharp. Yeah, congrats, Sharp. Sharp them hit the 800 subscribers over there. Congrats to them, man. Make sure y'all go over there and check out their content and check them out, man. Make sure y'all go over there and do that, man. Ed Darby said Kentucky early or late game. It is I don't know if they put out the actual TV time for that, but I would have to say that probably if it's a military appreciation game.
I've been afternoon if it is.
Yeah, it'd probably be like a 2:30 game. If I just had to take a wild guess, I think that's what it'll be. C Hall in this thing. What up, C Hall? How you feeling, my guy? Hope all is going on with you, my guy. C Hall, welcome as always to my guy. C Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a break right here, man. We're gonna come back, and when we come back after the break, we're gonna talk about Kentucky's defense side of the ball. Y'all know what it is. Let's go.
You don't out your seats. It's halftime.
Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life, from college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood. Hey, yo, shout out to our guy, DJ. They want support of the Water Cooler Talk podcast. As always, man, make sure y'all go out there and follow our guy, man. Want to feel like a star? Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. We appreciate y'all so much for continuing to rock with us here. And make sure y'all mess with the people that mess with the Water Cooler Talk podcast, as always, man. Y'all be easy. Appreciate you, my guy. Yay, man. All right, man, let's get back to the second half of the show. I still owe them guys, by the way. What your boy say?
Oh, he was like, man, when he like, you forgot about me. He says, y'all forgot about me, huh?
Ain't nobody forgot about him. I still owe him. Just know it's coming. Y'all don't know what we talking about from the league last year. Still owe him. I still owe them. Let's get into it. All right, let's get to the second half, man. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, man. All right, so defensive coordinator is Brad White. He's been there since 2019. And the thing that I didn't know who Brad. I didn't know who Brad White was. I didn't know who Brad White was. So I had to do a little research about Brad, right? Brad White is an NFL guy. He actually has been part of NFL. He's been a part of some NFL teams. And so when you think about it, his concept is a little complex as well. So he'll run different fronts, he'll run different back end type things, and he'll disguise a lot of stuff as well too. It's aggressive. He's aggressive on the front end, which means you'll see him play a lot of man on the back end as well. But he's also versatile as well. But it has a real big emphasis on the linebacker part, real big emphasis on the linebacker. So the linebackers have to play really, really well in this defense. Your thoughts on this team on the defense side of the ball, Marcus? They did shut us out in the first quarter last year, but they ended up giving up 24 points in the last 3 quarters last year in the game. What's your thoughts on it?
Same.
Oh,
I'm just saying. When I say same, I think it's they show flashes, but I think we figure it out. But I don't think it's gonna be through the running. Last year was through the running game.
Mm-hmm.
This year I don't think it will be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a show against Kentucky. I think it's just gonna be a little time to make sure we figure it out, and then it's just gonna get out of hand.
I was looking at their potential depth chart of what their potential depth chart would look like, and I was reading some of their stuff, and I think the DC he said that the major concern on the defense right now is their edges, like their edge rushers are the major concern. I think he's comfortable with the linebacking core. They got like 6 linebackers that they can play. They're really deep. They're really deep at defensive tackle, and they got some depth at defensive back. So I was looking at the D line, right? And so this is every D lineman that they have, right? This is their height and weight: 6'3", 316, 6'4", 265, 6'5", 297, 6'5", 307, 6'3", 328, 6'4", 291, 6'4", 275, 6'5", 270. 6'3", 320, 6'4", 311, 6'5", 261, 6'5", 290. It's a lot of big guys. Like I think I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys that's 290 and above. On the defensive line. A lot of beef down there, bro. That's beef down there. So I don't know, man. Marcus, are you confident now and knowing that? And they got depth in the secondary. They can rotate. They can rotate 5 of these guys in the secondary too.
They got depth, but they lost a very important piece. They came to Buffalo this offseason. So
he didn't come. He got drafted. He got drafted to Buffalo.
I'm just saying, he in Buffalo, but
okay. Right.
I think our receiver core gonna exploit their DB core, bro. I honestly think that, and I think it's gonna. The reason why I say that is because, like you said, they got big bodies, so it's gonna be tough to run against them, and they got a very veteran linebacking core.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think their middle linebackers a senior this year, so he didn't see a lot of football. Yeah, so they didn't see a lot of football.
Yep.
So you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very imperative that we call smart plays and open up the route tree against this Kentucky defense for us to be offensively.
Agree with you there, man. Looking at their defense, their 2024 defensive ranking, they were number 32 overall last year. They gave up 183 passing yards per game, 162 rushing yards per game. They gave up 22 points per game as a total of 345 yards they gave up in 2024 in defense. Offense was abysmal. Their offense was abysmal. 119 in the country out of 136, if I'm not mistaken. They only put up 184 yards passing, 185 yards passing a game, 146 rushing, 330 yards total, and they only scored 20 points per game. You look at this, right? If I'm looking at these numbers, the averages, right? The defense gave up 22 points. 22, 23 points per game. The offense gave up 21 points per game. So you telling me if the offense could have kicked one more field goal in their games on average, they would have won probably more games. That's what that's telling me. If they could have averaged 24 points in a game, the offense, then the defense, then Kentucky would have been a better team. Kentucky would have been could have probably won what 2, maybe 3 more games if that based on what I'm just reading there. That's wild to me. That's wild. Just based on averages. Just based on the averages. I don't know. Looking at Kentucky's recruiting high school, they have I think it's composite of 26 for the 2025 high school recruiting class. Their transfer portal ranking is number it has fluctuated because I saw 10 one place and I saw 11 another place. So it depends on which service you look at. So we'll say 10.5. Just to give them, it can't even do 10.5. We'll just say 10. Some of their key guys that are gonna be on this team this year. Zach Calzada, transfer in quarterback. He was at Auburn. He was at Auburn at one point in time. He started at Texas A&M, came to Auburn, ended up at Incarnate Word, and now he's at Kentucky. Kendrick Law, wide receiver. Yeah, journeyman. That's what he is, a journeyman. He's a journeyman. Kendrick Law, wide receiver transfer from the University of Alabama. He's there. JJ Hester.
That's gonna be that play action person to take the top that you was alluding to.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's gonna be. You're so true about that. JJ Hester, wide receiver transfer from Oklahoma, 6'5" guy. Dante Dowdell, transfer running back. He's going to be in the backfield running the ball for them. Get over to the defensive side of the ball. Alex Afar, I think I'm saying his last name right. Linebacker, one of those linebackers we were talking about. David Gusta, defensive tackle, one of those big body defensive tackles going to be down there playing. And of course, Jordan Lovett, who's a safety on the back end for Kentucky. Those are just some of the guys who potentially are going to be some of the playmakers for not for Auburn, but for Kentucky this coming up 2025 season. So yeah, man, I'll say this. The more we look into the teams in the SEC, the more and this is the reason why I wanted to do this on the show. This is the reason why I wanted us to take a look at all the teams that we play on our schedule and then take a look at the rest of the teams that we don't play on our schedule in the SEC. So we can see exactly what we're up against. Because a lot of teams have flipped their roster. And a lot of teams are just not who we have known them to be. Like, we're going to talk about Mississippi State. And everybody has gotten on me about this Mississippi State, why I feel like Mississippi State is going to be a bowl team. I'm telling you, when you look at how they flip their roster, Mississippi State is going to be a bowl team. I'm telling you. But we ain't talking about that right now. But when you look at the teams across the SEC, when you do the deep dive research into what they're doing, it's almost like when you look at it on paper, you can look at it and be like, this team potentially could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? I look at Kentucky and I'm like, Kentucky probably got better than what they were last year. Calzada may be an upgrade at quarterback from them from what Brock Vandegrift was last year.
Sure.
They definitely got better at the wide receiver position with getting Kendrick Law and JJ.
I just want to say that.
You know what I'm saying?
He definitely got some weapons.
He definitely got weapons. The problem, the question mark is on the offensive side of the ball is the offensive line. How would the offensive line gel together? You see what I'm saying? Like, how would this offensive line gel together? How would they play together? And how much time, how many games will they need, and will they be afforded that time at the beginning of the season to get that cohesion together in order to be able to play? Because by the time they get to Auburn, they're gonna be who they are. You know my motto: whatever team you are by week 4 or 5, that's what you're gonna be for the rest of the season.
Let's speak on how durable they're gonna be. Let's see if they're gonna, because they might be beat up. Their schedule is gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm. But this is the thing, though. This is the thing. You look at this, and you look at schedules, and then this is also the year where you look at teams that you think that you could possibly pencil in for 8 games. Kentucky, that will probably drop down to probably only winning like 6. Kentucky. Not Kentucky. Tennessee. I mean, that's what I meant to say. Tennessee. So, I mean, you sit here and you look at it, and I'm like, man, you look at how these rosters are flipped. You look at this is I wholeheartedly feel like this could be the season to where you see a lot of teams that you don't normally or you would not normally put in the conversation of being in the top half of the SEC fighting for those that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spot in the SEC.
So I got a question. I know this is off topic, but do you think that loss at Tennessee dropped them down that bad?
What are you talking about?
Because you said you think they fall off, right? And that's what you said. You said Tennessee.
Yeah, man. Nah, Tennessee. Like, nah, that's a whole show. But no, I don't think Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee did anything to their roster, even if Nico would have been there. I don't think they did enough to their roster to even have help. And now you going in getting a guy that didn't go through spring practice, who's supposed to come in and be the guy who regressed from year 1 to year 2 when he was at Appalachian State and Joey Aguilar. Just go look at his numbers. Go look at Joey Aguilar's numbers from year 1 to year 2 at Appalachian State. His completion percentage went down. His total yards went down. His touchdowns went down. His interceptions went up. I mean, just go look at the numbers. And then now you want to bring him into the SEC at Tennessee in that pressure pot because they've done so well the past couple of seasons. And they went to the college football playoff last year. So technically he's coming into a college football playoff team that was in it that was in the championship, that was in college football playoff last year. So, and I look at what Tennessee's schedule looked like. I'm sitting here saying, and then I look at the roster. I'm sitting here saying, I don't know if Tennessee beat Syracuse the first game of the year. That potentially could be a game. Syracuse has done a lot. They have done enough. Their roster is good. They have some NIL funding behind them. Syracuse is not going to be a pushover team. Syracuse is coming into the Georgia Dome on August 30th when they play Tennessee. They're going to come into the Georgia Dome. And they're gonna try to beat Tennessee because guess what? That's a statement win for them. That's an SEC team that they beat.
Yeah,
if they win that game. And if I had to right now, I would actually give the edge to Syracuse to win that game. Just being real. I mean, like Tennessee has lost a lot. Lost a lot, bro. That's all I can say.
I believe in hyper.
All right. Okay.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that they gonna lose. I ain't gonna say they lose.
Listen, bro. I used to be. I used to look at the brands and be like, yeah, Tennessee gonna win that game. Tennessee, yeah. Tennessee.
I ain't saying it's a lot. I ain't saying it's a lot. I ain't saying listen, I didn't even say they make it yet. It might be a I
right
think
now. This is the reason why on this channel we do this. We look at team by team. We look at what transferred in, what transferred out, who transferred in, what the OC is, who the DC is, what their scheme is, what they want to do, and how it fits. And you just look at stuff like that. I just try to look at stuff like that and try to piece together and just be like, how does this match up to Auburn? How does this match up to the rest of the SEC? And I look at this season, I'm looking at this season, and I'm like, this season in the SEC potentially could be one of the most turbulent seasons. And I'm gonna say this, besides Texas, who I think is at the top of the pack right now. And they still gotta question that quarterback because we don't know what to expect from Arch Manning. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know there's a lot of people that are like Arch. I gotta see it. You feel me? But everything else around him,
he feel tonight.
Everything else around him is just star-studded talent at Texas. There are legitimate questions about Georgia. There are legitimate questions about Alabama.
Facts.
There are legitimate questions about LSU. Even though LSU, even though I think LSU probably has the best quarterback in the conference, best quarterback playing for them in the conference.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a whole nother topic. I said, do you think Brian Kelly has the hottest seat in the SEC?
Nah, I don't think so. Because you got so let's look at Brian Kelly's whole career since he's been there. First year there, what did he do? He went to the SEC championship game. right? I think he won 10 or 11 games his first year. Last year, even though by some standards, it didn't go as well, he still won 9 games. He still won 9-10 games last year. All right. You going into this year with I think the difference in this year is the fact that there's expectations this year. Now, like legitimate expectations.
He got a Heisman candidate quarterback.
Exactly. It's legitimate. It's legitimate expectations for him at LSU this year.
LSU used to be in the conversation, man.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at it in totality, a 10-win season in the SEC is good.
It is.
10-win season anywhere is good.
He used to be in the conversation.
But I think, I think with Brian Kelly, the reason why there is so much, I think the perceived pressure on him is the fact that I think what happened at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
exactly.
Notre Dame.
Of what happened at Notre Dame, him coming.
That's what LSU thought they were getting. That's what LSU thought they were getting, though.
But then you say things like, and then it's reported that you say things like, I didn't have the support at Notre Dame, but Marcus Freeman took them to the national championship game this past season. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's where the
he go to
pressure comes in at, huh?
Did he go to 2?
Who?
Brian Kelly.
I think he went to 1 and got beat by Alabama. You remember that one?
The Manti Te'o.
Yeah, Manti Te'o. Yeah, got slaughtered by Alabama, and I think he went again. Well, he made it to the CFP and got beat. I don't think he made it to the game.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he made it to the CFP and got beat.
But they thought they were getting in him, and I think that's why I was expecting. And with, like you said, with him having a Heisman candidate quarterback, I feel like that seat, he got to produce.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Yeah, I think that's the reason why there's so much pressure on him at LSU because of what Marcus Freeman did in literally 2 years. 2 years of being at Notre Dame. But if you look at his career at LSU, if we just sit down and look at his career at LSU, he went to the SEC championship game his first year, didn't win it, he lost. Then he came back and followed that up with a 10-win season, 9-10-win season, then followed up again with another 9-10-win season. In totality, that's good. But the thing is, like you said, at a school like LSU, they want to win championships. So I think that's probably where the pressure is at. I'm not gonna say he got the hottest seat, but to that point, who you think got the hottest seat in the SEC then? Take your time. We ain't got nothing else to do.
I'm thinking, man. If it ain't Hugh, man, if it ain't Hugh, it gotta be Kelly, man, for me.
All right, so okay, all right. So all right, I'm gonna give you 3 names. All
right.
Do you think DeBoer has a hot seat at Alabama?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
They didn't turn the eye on, but it ain't hot yet.
Okay. All right. What about Florida's coach, Billy Napier?
He will be 3rd on my list.
Okay, so Billy Napier will be 3rd. Okay.
He will be 3rd.
Where does Hugh Freeze sit on that list?
1st?
Really? He number 1.
He will be 1st.
Okay. All right. What does Lane Kiffin sit on that list for you?
Oh, why you say like that, Nick?
That's an interesting one.
That's a good one.
That's an interesting one to take because we sit here because
realistically,
you
ask me. This is a personal opinion. He would be 2. I take Brian Kelly out, and I'm gonna put Lane Kiffin at 2, just off of my expectations of what I think Lane Kiffin should have been able to do.
Okay, so you got Lane Kiffin 2, Hugh Freeze 1. third? Billy Napier.
But in reality, he would probably be like 4.
Okay,
But
so all right, so let me
eight.
get so your top four hottest seats right now after spring is Hugh Freeze,
Yeah.
Brian Kelly, Billy Napier, and Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
Interesting. That's interesting. That's an interesting top 4. That's an interesting top 4. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to understand them. I don't know. Brad said Hyper was good with QBs though. Nico screwed him over big time, but honestly, Hyper will have that QB playing better than he did at App State. I hope so. I mean, okay, all right. Here we go, Brad. So Joey Aguilar at Appalachian State, his first year as starting quarterback, 3,700 yards passing, 66% completion, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Is what his stat line was. Second year at Appalachian State, just 3,000. It was like 3,003 yards passing, 55% completion, 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. What's his numbers? That is a dramatic drop off in stats from year 1 to year 2. And we want to bring him, and they want to bring him into the SEC. They basically just did a trade in college football. Nico went to UCLA. He went to Tennessee. Literally the first unofficial trade in college football we've ever seen. And they're gonna bring him in. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think Tennessee has the biggest fall off this year. I think Tennessee wins 6 games. I think they're in that 6 game. I think they win 6 games this year. Looking at their schedule, Tennessee's schedule is probably in the SEC, probably one of the top 4 hardest schedules in the SEC this year. And when you pair that with what they roster look like, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's tough. It's the same argument about Arch and Sark. UT gonna be, yeah. I'm telling you, Texas is the team to beat in the SEC this year. Arch Manning. I don't know why the hype is so much around. And I'm gonna say this. I don't know why there's so much hype around Arch Manning. I'm just being honest with you. I still got to see it because in the 3 games he did play in, one of them, 2 of them were against what we consider to be cupcake teams, and then one of them he didn't do well at all in the game. I think he threw for like less than 100 yards in the game. So I'm just saying, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I got to see it. I still need to see it. Yeah, but Texas is gonna be really good. Sellers is the best QB.
I be saying this. I
don't know, bro.
Be saying this.
Oh, bro. I don't know.
I seen the comment come in that I didn't think about, Nick. And Pittman, yes, they are right. I didn't think about Pittman. Yes, they are correct. His seat should be on fire too. But we all know who his successor is.
I'll talk about T. Will. Freeze has a hotter seat than Napier, a close second. Okay. Everybody saying Freeze. He said he agreed with Brad. Get Musty said Deborah will be if he doesn't win 9 games. Okay, so if he doesn't do what he did last year, he'll have a hot seat. And a lot of people was upset with what he did last year. He
gotta get them right back up in that same type of thing.
You Freeze out with a $2 pistol, boy. That's what I'm talking. Hey, he don't agree with you, man. He said Kiffin seat cold as Kirby's for real. And you can make that argument. You can literally make that argument. And for the next reason that he puts
up, in my personal opinion, like Kiffin has been there a while with, especially this last past year. Mm-hmm. He had a very veteran team and he underachieved. We don't feel like that Ole Miss underachieved last year?
Yeah, Ole Miss definitely should have made the playoff last year. I agree with you. They definitely should have made the playoff last year. Just being real.
At a certain point, we gotta you gonna start looking at Lane Kiffin coaching history and be like, all right, maybe.
Ed said Sam Pittman. Brad said Sam Pittman got to be in there too. I agree with y'all.
Most definitely. I had forgot about him. That's why I stated it when I
said take Lane. I'll put Pittman in there. Okay. Stephen Allen said Thorne got almost $3 million for 3 years with the Bengals. Boy, what? Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Thorne got $3 million for 3 years with the Bengals. Boy, shout out to Payne Thorne, bro. Shout out to Payne Thorne, man. Congratulations, Payne Thorne, bro. Shout out to Payne Thorne, bro.
Anything is possible.
Shout out to Payne Thorne, man. Shout out to Payne Thorne, man. That's what I'm talking about. $3 million for 3 years, bro. Shout out to Payne Thorne, bro. I gotta keep giving it to him. Shout out to Payne Thorne, bro. That's amazing. That's amazing. Shout out to Payne Thorne. I said that drop off is coaching though. Look at Gus QBs. They drop. It seemed every good one he had transferred, then regressed. I mean, but the thing, okay, but Joey Aguilar did that with the same coach at Appalachian State in just back-to-back seasons. So I'm just trying to see, man. I'm just trying to see like how he's gonna fit, and the fact that he did not go through spring with Kentucky. I'm not Kentucky. Why I keep saying we talk about Kentucky? But he did not go through spring with Tennessee. So I'm hesitant on Tennessee, man. I think Tennessee is probably like a 6-7 win team, probably more closer to 6 than anything. He said Ed Darby said the Bengals throwing away money.
Brad, funny though. Hey, Brad, I caught that. Ed Darby, you foul.
He said he before like Ole Miss should have.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all, man. He said $3 million for holding the clipboard. Can't hate. Hey, you know
Thank
what?
You, King.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this. There's a lot of backup quarterbacks in the NFL that get paid very well, and they don't even have to get in the game. They probably don't even play in the game. They probably just play in the preseason to be done, unless the quarterback gets hurt. But man, I sit there and just be like, all right, coach, whenever you're ready, I'm ready to go in. Once something happens, just let me throw in. King said Kim be like Marcus Dupree, the best that never was. Shout out to Marcus Dupree. But here's the thing about but Marcus Dupree from Philadelphia, Mississippi. But the thing about Marcus Dupree was Marcus Dupree actually showed he could do some stuff. It was just some bad decision makings. And you know what? I don't know if it. I'm
just saying he the best that never was. I agree with that.
Okay, yeah. I agree with you that he probably the best that never was. Best that never won a championship. But Marcus Dupree actually balled out when he got the chance, and he played. It was just a knee injury that just ended it all for him, man. Shout out to Marcus Dupree, Philadelphia, Mississippi's own. Shout out to him. Man, we need to go find PT and shake some emotional distress, right? Shake boy emotional distress, bro. Shout out to PT, man. Shout out to Payne Thorne, bro. I'm happy for Payne Thorne. He gonna get the NFL experience, and then guess what? He gonna go be a great coach. He gonna go be a great coach somewhere. Ed Darby said PT will be Willie beaming on the bench, on the bench eating chips, and will become the starter. No, don't do it. He said Kevin has made it though. Good money and good job security. Of course, he wants to win, but win 8 games a year. There is with electrifying offense. He'll be there till he's dead.
Come on, bro. You really think in the current culture of college football they're gonna just let him keep doing that? Hey, you might be right. Right.
I ain't gonna sit here like Brad Brown. They got a point. He got a solid point right there. Brad got a point. Brad got a solid point.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a solid point by Brad. I can't even argue that, bro. I can't even argue that.
Yeah.
I can't even argue that.
He's Ole Miss.
I can't even argue that. When has Ole Miss ever been to the SEC championship game? That's a good. I can't argue it, bro. I can't argue it. Missouri went to the SEC championship game before Ole Miss did, because we played them 1 year, and then Missouri went another year. Went the year right after that.
Hey,
Brad, you won that one. Right now.
He said what he said, and he said it because he said what he said.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, the day gonna end, man. That's what it's gonna do, man. Shout out to that, man. Ken Richard said, man, Marcus Dupree was good, but his luck was bad as Jackson Arnold, Oklahoma last year. Come to think about it, maybe it's just Oklahoma is the risk. Shout out to that, because Marcus Dupree did go to Oklahoma. It did. He did go to Oklahoma. That's right. He did. Played on the Barrett. Was it Barrett Switzer he played up on at Oklahoma? All they did was just get a ball to. It wasn't no call play. They just gave it to Marcus Dupree and just told him to run. That's all they did. That's all they did. If y'all get a chance, y'all need to go watch that 30 for 30. It's a great 30 for 30. About Marcus Dupree, the best that never was. Philadelphia, Mississippi's on. He said it was their first year in the conference. Yes, it was Missouri's first year in the conference. They went to the SEC championship game, played against us. Then the next year, they went back to the SEC championship game and played against Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. But they lost both times. But it is what it is. You know, if he wins 8 or 9 at a bowl, in a bowl every year, he'll be another decade. You're talking about Kiffin. Yeah. I truly think Kiffin didn't come to Auburn because of AU's expectations. Ole Miss doesn't have that. He can be there as long as he wants. I can actually tell you that's actually not the reason why he didn't come to Auburn. It was actually a family issue. And it could have been it could have been dressed up and
allegedly his daughter didn't want
what it was.
Come to Auburn.
They didn't want to move. Daughters and everything didn't want to move again, according to him. But sources tell us that deal was done. That was a done deal. Sources tell us that was a done deal, and then
it leaked
that, and then there was something else axed on top of that axed the deal. Because I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all go back to that last game that they had that year in Ole Miss, Jimmy Sexton was at the game. And Jimmy Sexton, the super agent in college football, was at the game. And why is Jimmy Sexton in Oxford, Mississippi, just on a random Saturday for no reason? Why would you be in Oxford when you could be somewhere else? I don't know. I was getting ready to announce that he was leaving. But John Cohen was like, nah, bro, we good. We good. After something else was asked on top of it. So it is what it is. Huggy Beard said, man, 30 for 30 is my jam. Yes, it is, man. Shout out to 30 for 30. Ed Darby said, I wish Hugh Freeze had just gave the ball to 27 in some games. Football is not you and me both, Ed. You and me both. He said family issues, but come on, man. I don't believe that it's worse.
Brad, chill, bro. Brad is going crazy tonight.
All I can say is what was reported and what was told. That's
why
all
you doing this. Why are you doing this, Brad? You ain't have to do that.
We can say. That's all we can say. We can't go no further than that. That's all we can say.
Chill,
man, Marcus, we have ran our time out. We appreciate y'all. Remember, programming note, no show Tuesday, Thursday of this week. So we won't be on tomorrow. We'll be back Wednesday. And then we'll be back live Friday, man. Mark, so we got to say to people before we get up out of here. He said cap.
Bro, cap. Man out, bro. We know that man be lying, man. We know that man be lying. Chill, Brad. Why are you doing that? You didn't have to do that, dog.
That man been
lying back. He been lying back since he went to Tennessee when they started burning his stuff up. We know what Lane Kiffin be on. Chill, Brad. It's not the episode for that. But nah, just playing, man. Hey, y'all be blessed, man. Come back Wednesday, man. Brad, you wrong, man.
We'll be back Wednesday, live show Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We'll be back around the water cooler, man. We appreciate y'all. As always, man, before y'all get up out of here, make sure y'all go follow the Avengers of YouTube. Go follow over at Sharpshooters Podcast over on YouTube, man. Go follow Blake and Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast. Go follow DC Wolf over at Auburn Addicts. And, of course, follow our guy, Tight Sports at Alabama Football Megacast. And, of course, go follow our guy Tez over at It's SEC Season over there, man. Content coming soon over that way. And follow Bubba and the Old Man. Bubba and the Old Man on YouTube as well. Before you get up out of here, man, follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23. And, of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live here around the water cooler, man. We appreciate y'all so much for continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler as always, man. Shout out to you, Huggy Beard, the legend of Sweet Sugar Barrel Williams, Rooster Mac, Get Musty, man. Shout out to you, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Brad said, man, Kiffin has a sewer treatment facility named after him in Tennessee. What? They don't like him, bro. They don't like him. After he sat there and said, "All we gonna do, we gonna sing right." What did he say? He kept saying, "After we beat Bama, we just gonna sing Rocky Top all night." Something he said.
Straight to USC.
Something
Out of
like
there.
it went straight
I'm
to USC. Kira just said 641, man. Let's go and get the word out. Yeah, let's do that, man. We trying to grow, man. We appreciate y'all, man, for always rocking with us, man. War Eagle to you, Huggy Beard, Rooster Mac, Legend of Sweet Sugar Bell Williams. I gotta call you all these names now. Every time you add a new one, I gotta add it on there, man. Hit the like button. All right, man. We'll be back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler, man. Until then, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one, man. Y'all be blessed. Make sure y'all give the man upstairs above his, because he deserves all the praise and all the glory. Make sure y'all do that. And until then, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around this here water cooler. It is one love. Ladies and gentlemen, we out this mug. Peace.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.